Rider will go around 1 lap, come in front of the grandstand, change to another horse. They have to make their change within the marked areas there with white stripe. So with that, friends, I'm going to turn the microphone back across the way to your track announcer.
Thank you very much. And indeed, they are off in heat number 1 of the Indian Horse Relay. And off to the early lead into the first turn, Mountain River representing Nakota White Clay Nation, and Chris Cole had the lead early, but now was overtaken. Remember, in this daring bareback festivity, they are going to go around once and then get down by the winner circle and or the rail and take in the exchange, because the exchange can be very, very aggressive. Taking the lead now is DD Express representing Cheyenne River Sioux and Brian Beatum. They have the lead as they head up the Canterbury Park backstretch. Relegated into second now is Mountain River. Then we come way back. Mountain River actually goes to third. Long Feather is in fourth, far, far out of it. But there are going to be 3 versions of this in heat number 1. The one third last at the moment is Rides a Pretty Horse. Then we come back to Holds the Enemy. That's the white horse second last. And the one at the tail is Tissa Dimmitt. They are well strung out as they come to the Canterbury Park top of the stretch. And with about a quarter of a mile to go, slowing down a bit on the lead, but still owning the lead, is DD Express. DD Express has the lead, but now has a challenger. And the challenger grabbing the lead as they head for home is heading down to the box for the exchange. DD Express is the one who is tired. After that, we come back to the white horse beginning to make a move on the inside. Now they are heading down to the box where our Brian Aragoni is there to address the exchange. Brian?
After 1 mile, everything is close. It's still anyone's game. What you're seeing now is the horses need to come in, hop off. There is a mugger who grabs the horse that they hopped off. The setup man is in charge of holding both horses. These young jockeys, some of them under 16 years old, have to jump on with no saddle. They jump off of one horse, hop on the other. As you can see, it's all strategy. Some of them have their best horses go first, and some of them wait for their last horse or best horses to go last. As you can see, they spread out a little bit because it's all about how you hop on and hop off. Back up to you, Paul.
Well described, buddy. Pecuni Boys handled the exchange beautifully. Pecuni Boys had the lead until DD Express now goes shooting by with Brian Beatum. DD Express grabs the lead as they head up the Canterbury Park backstretch, and they are nearing the midway point of the second part of heat number 1. DD Express has run away from Pecuni Boys, and DD Express has built a healthy advantage. After that, Holds the Enemy is holding third, far out of it as they approach the far turn, and the other few are even farther behind, and they are chasing the DD Express group representing Cheyenne River Sioux, and Brian Beatum is in front with a healthy advantage as they come to the top of the stretch. After that, we have Pecuni Boys. Pecuni Boys is in second, and the one behind them, Holds the Enemy, is starting to make a bit of a move on the inside as DD Express is slowing down as they come in front of the grandstand. It is DD Express with an ever-diminishing lead, and the one closing in quickest is Holds the Enemy on the inside. Pecuni Boys is also back in the mix, and then we come back a mile to the others. Here comes the next exchange. This is key with 1 lap to go in heat number 1. Brian, take it away.
This is where it gets intense. The last exchange right here, as you can see, the jockeys are coming in hot. They hop right off. As you can see, if any horse gets loose, you are disqualified. So it's absolutely essential to hold on to all of the horses, get on, get a clean mount, and as you can see, it's a wide open race. As the first 4 get off very clean, it's going to be a doozy of a last mile down here.
Pecuni Boys handled the exchange beautifully. Pecuni Boys with the mugger, setup man, and backholder complimenting rider Chris Carlson beautifully, representing Blackfeet of Montana. And Pecuni Boys has the lead. Pecuni Boys now has been overtaken by DD Express, and DD Express catches the Express and takes the lead. Pecuni Boys now back in third, and Rides a Pretty Horse goes up into second. Rides a Pretty Horse representing Crow Tribe of Montana Indiana, ridden by Clyde Jefferson. Holds the Enemy is sneaking in coyly. Holds the Enemy is far out of it right now. The rider has the orange shirt and is far out of it, but is beginning to close in a bit. As they head into the far turn, it's DD Express leading it from Rides a Pretty Horse. Brian, what do you think from here?
I think it's still a wide open race. I think the horse on the lead may have gone out a little bit too soon. They're closing in. I wouldn't even count out. Holds for the Enemy is making a big run. Awfully wide, but is closing in. As you've watched the last two races, or the last two times out, they've tired at the end. It's still anyone's game. Holds for the Enemy. If that one can sustain this run in the orange, is going to have something to say about the finish.
And down the stretch they come. DD Express with a big lead. Holds the Enemy is still making a big move to the outside. DD Express from Holds the Enemy as they drive down to the final 150 yards. DD Express handled everything beautifully. DD Express with Brian Beadham and the rest of the team for the Cheyenne River Sioux have won heat number 1.